Hello, my name is James Edward Garcia, and welcome to another episode of My Haunted Diary. Here's part 3 and the final episode in a 3-part series exploring and investigating the haunted history at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Like the previous 2 episodes, this was filmed in April of 2014 and April of 2015. I do an investigation at the graves of Virginia Rappe, Marion Davies, and Maila Nurmi, also known as Vampira. I do spirit box sessions and capture what I believe to be communication from all 3 of them. I also visit Darren McGavin and Don Adams' grave sites. You will also see a tribute cenotaph for Jayne Mansfield. I give a little history on all these actors as well. I hope you enjoyed the series as much as I did visiting this cemetery of celebrities and historic individuals. My channel keeps growing with explorations into the supernatural in some of the most haunted places in the US. So make sure you subscribe.
Supposedly Virginia Rappe may actually haunt around here. Was it Fatty Arbuckle that murdered her? I don't know for sure. It was never proven. Either way, he was acquitted. Virginia, around here? Do you really haunt around here because of what happened to you? Do you want to stay around your grave? I see that they left a little angel here, broken. Looks like the base is over in the distance here. That came off. The grave is kind of messy. I don't know why it was unkept. It's very windy out here. Can you hear me, Virginia? I'm calling out to you. Under the ground here. Who murdered you? I see a broken angel for you. Here's the other part. That was it, right there. It is a little dirty, and it is broken. I can repair it, but pieces are missing. Fragments of it are, I think, around here, actually. Like here. There. Why would somebody break that? There. Why would somebody do that? I don't know. I like all the hearts around your grave, by the way. The stickers people put on there.
This is what the grave looked like 2 months before this visit. You can see the angel statue was fully intact still. Obviously that white substance trail on the grave after was from this angel, done by whoever had destroyed it. Looks like a lot of fresh graves around here.
They're starting some music here, I don't know why. It's like a little event going on here. I started my Olympus, putting it right here on Virginia Rappe's, her grave marker, and guess if you don't know the story, she was from the silent movie era. I mean, she died in 1921, born 1895. Didn't live a long life, and Fatty Arbuckle was accused of, I guess, raping her. Supposedly she had a botched abortion. There's stories that she slept around a lot. Fatty Arbuckle was acquitted. He wasn't found guilty, let's put it that way. She might have just made accusations, but it kind of ruined Fatty's career. Anyway, there's little piss ants all around her grave. Oh, so there's music going now. You got Hotel California going. It's a ceremony for somebody being buried right now, and I guess they felt Hotel California was a song of theirs that they liked, whoever died. Anyway, so Virginia, if you're around, this little device here can record sound, and it could record your voice. You know, there's a lot of contamination from outside sounds here. Been here a long time. I don't know if you come back and visit your grave, like to hang out here. There's talk that you do. That's why I'm visiting over here. They say you haunt around this area. The last time I was here, it was a little a cherub type of figure. It was busted in 2 or 3 pieces, and it was on your grave. Are you around and can speak to me? There's little hearts, if you could even see on the grave. Little hearts still on there. They're wearing down, that were put on there way back when. So I just want to communicate with you. You want to tell me your story? I'm going to start with the spirit box. Got my spirit box going, drown out that crappy ass music. Oh, is that you? I heard that woman's voice. Is that you, Virginia? Miss Virginia Rappe, is that you? Came through pretty quick. We lift this up so we get it on the audio of this. Lift this. I heard your voice. Is that you? I hope I caught that. Virginia, come through. Your male voice. Was Fatty wrongly accused of raping you? Whoa, that was a deep voice, male voice. That could have been Fatty for all I know. Is that you? You want to clear your name there, Fatty? Mr. Arbuckle? Virginia, speak up. This Fatty just came through. Oh, again. I heard you, sir. Virginia, do you sleep around a lot? They said about you. Oh, I heard a female. It was soft. That's why I recorded it. The recording picked it up. Is that what you just say? I mean, having an abortion in your time, I mean, ultimately that's what they say killed you from having a botched abortion. I heard a whisper voice come through. Either way, it's a sad story, Virginia. Your life was taken very, very early on. I know? I heard that female, she said, I know, or something like that. Was that her? I think I can Virginia say I know. I've heard a female a few times already. Definitely speaking back to me, and I'm hoping it's her. Is that you, Virginia? Yeah. She said, yeah, I heard that. Okay. Well, I'm glad to talk with you, and I'm just here to pay my respects. Take care of yourself, Virginia. Hope you're all right. Ooh, male voice, deep. That could be Fatty again. I assume that he was a deep voice like that. I don't know how deep his voice was because he was silent movie times too. Definitely got her. Hopefully this came through my Olympus despite all this freaking wind, because I know my camera mic wouldn't pick it up. Alright, Virginia, thank you. Another voice. Just come back. I heard that woman's voice. Is that you, Virginia? This Fatty just came through. Either way, it's a sad story, Virginia. Your life was taken very, very early on. I know. Is that you, Virginia? Yeah. All right, Virginia, thank you. Oh boy, get something back. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I think I got her to speak with me. That's excellent. Stop Olympus. Bye, Virginia. She spoke to me through the spirit box.
Actress Virginia Caroline Rappe, born in Chicago in 1895, was raised by her grandmother at the age of 11 after her single mom had died. At the age of 16, she relocated to San Francisco, pursuing a career as a model. She added the E to her last name. She moved to Los Angeles after her fiancé, a dress designer, got killed in a streetcar accident. She met the director-producer Henry Lerman during some of her small film roles. They became engaged, and she was in approximately 4 of his films. Most of the films she appeared in have been lost. Virginia won an award as Best Dressed Girl in Pictures. At this point in time, she came to know Fatty Arbuckle, who had worked at Keystone with her fiancé, Henry Lerman. In 1921, Fatty had just signed a big contract with Paramount Pictures. He decided to celebrate with a couple of film buddies for that Labor Day weekend. They drove to San Francisco and rented a suite on the 12th floor of the St. Francis Hotel. Hollywood opportunist Maud Delmont got herself, along with her friend Virginia Rappe, on the guest list to a celebration party Arbuckle had thrown in that suite. Virginia had too much to drink and was throwing up in the bathroom. Roscoe goes to use the bathroom, finds her in there. He goes to help her. She confesses to him she had just had an abortion and needs money. In a state of hysteria, Virginia tells Maud that Fatty did this to her and to keep him away. Fatty has Virginia put into another room to sleep it off. That week, Virginia would die in the hospital due to a ruptured bladder. Here's the death certificate. It was thought that the rupture of the urinary bladder was due to external force, more than likely from the trauma of her abortions. Maud Delmont had told the police Roscoe Arbuckle had tore Virginia's clothes off and raped her, which led to her death. There is talk that Maud was trying to blackmail Fatty for money or just to stir up tabloid attention. Roscoe is accused with the murder of Virginia. It becomes a big scandal in the newspapers. The first 2 trials ended in hung juries, but Roscoe was finally acquitted in March of 1922 in the 3rd trial. He was acquitted with an unprecedented apology from the jury. At the time of her death, Virginia was best known as the face on the sheet music cover of Let Me Call You Sweetheart, a popular song of that time. Her fiancé, Henry Lerman, is buried in the grave next to hers, though I did not showcase it in the video. Perhaps he came through during the Spirit Box session, and I attributed it to Fatty Arbuckle.
Okay. Olympus on. Here I am in this tomb where Marion Davies set to reside. It's a little windy right now. So I got my Olympus going because I'm sure the audio is messed up on my camera. And supposedly Randolph Hearst still comes around to visit her and worries about her. So they say. If that's true or not, I'm not sure, but I'm going to try a spirit box session. So Marion or Randolph, you hear this white noise? It's called a spirit box. Take it to the void. I heard that. Marion, you around, or Randolph? Who's that? I heard a female. Who's that? Marion? Marion? There's some talking going on. Randolph, you there? Are you around? Yeah? You probably can't even hear that, but I got a response when I asked if Randolph was around by a male voice. Yeah? What was that? I heard you again. That you, Randolph? Are you keeping an eye out for Marion? I mean, she's dead. She passed on. Like you. What was that?
Did you hear that? A creepy voice says, he's dead. When I say Marion had passed on, just like you, addressing Randolph. Perhaps this is the voice of Marion.
What was that? Marion, I know you really got a bad rap, so to speak. But you were there for Randolph, I heard. And you passed away leaving like at least $30 million to... You guys had a daughter together they found after the fact? I can see security in the distance watching me here. I'm thinking what the hell I'm doing. Is that? Alright. That Thailand power is like right here. Alright, well, let me stop this because there's so much wind and stuff going on. It's hard to get audio. I think the voices just can't do that. Alright, let me stop this. Hoping that Randolph or Marion will show themselves.
Actress Marion Davies, born Marion Cecilia Darris in 1897, Brooklyn, New York. She is remembered for being an actress in the pioneer years of the Hollywood film industry. She started off in the famous Ziegfeld Follies. While being a model, she met William Randolph Hearst, a publishing tycoon, and although she was married with children, she began a very public, intimate 30-year relationship with him. She became a star of the silent film era. Her first film, Runaway Romany, in 1917, which she wrote and her brother-in-law directed. In 1918, she appeared in 3 more films, which were financed by Hearst, including the one that made her a star, Cecilia of the Pink Roses. From this point, she appeared in more films, which were financed by Hearst. After Hearst's wife and children returned to New York in 1927, the couple lived together in his grand mansion, Hearst Castle, in San Simeon, California. Although Hearst felt she belonged in more serious dramas, such as When Knighthood Was in Flower in 1922, Yolanda in 1924, and Lights of Old Broadway in 1925, she believed that she performed best in light comedies such as Adam and Eva in 1923, The Fair Coed in 1927, Show People and The Patsy in 1928, The Florodora Girl in 1930, and Bachelor Father in 1931. A large blow to her reputation came in 1941 when the release of Orson Welles' film Citizen Kane, which was claimed to be based on Randolph Hearst's life and featured a character named Suzanne Alexander. This character apparently was based on Davies' part in his life. After Hearst's death in 1951, she married Horace Brown, and even after filing for divorce twice, remained married to him until her death. The final resting place of Marion Davies is at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. She's interred inside the Darris, her original last name, family mausoleum. Marion is in here with her parents, daughter Patricia, she had with Hearst, and son-in-law, actor Arthur Lake. Arthur Lake was best known for his role of Dagwood in the Blondie comedy movie series.
Everything's so perfect. Doesn't seem possible there's a wound.
There isn't.
That's right. There isn't.
I had taken a photo where this statue is and found a streak of light, or what could be considered a vortex, in the pic. It's more than likely a ray of the sun projecting through, but I am presenting it for you to decide.
McGavin, Mr. Night Stalker. I know he's done a lot of other movies and film, TV, but that's the one show I liked of his. He's got a little change down here.
Actor Darren McGavin co-starred in many successful films, including The Man with the Golden Arm with Frank Sinatra, The Court Martial of Billy Mitchell with Gary Cooper, and Summertime with Katharine Hepburn. In the late 1950s, he became the first actor to simultaneously star in 2 television series, Mike Hammer and Riverboat. In the early 1970s, he starred as Carl Kolchak in the Night Stalker movie, which became a subsequent TV series. In 1983, he became a holiday tradition when he appeared in the film A Christmas Story. His health declined in later years and suffered a terrible blow in 2003 when his wife of 30 years, actress Kathy Brown, passed away. He would die 3 years later of natural causes at a Los Angeles area hospital. A year after this film footage, when I did an investigation at the Oman House in 2015, I found out from David Oman that this one creepy room downstairs had the furniture from Darren McGavin's bedroom after he had passed away. Here's a moment from that video on my channel.
I'm here to communicate with spirits, so I do feel lightheaded. Who's in here with me? A little girl in here with me? Darren McGavin? From the Night Stalker? This is your furniture. You in here?
May I introduce myself? My name is Kolchak of the Daily Chronicle. When could I ask you some questions?
Now listen, I'm telling you for the last time, I'm getting sick and tired of you butting into my business. Now will you please let me ask the questions, Mr. Kolchak?
Certainly, Captain.
All right.
Certainly. What did he look like?
Are you deaf?
Perhaps, Mr. Kolchak, it would be a good idea if you stepped outside for a moment.
Delighted, sir. Delighted.
I have to walk back around this way, which I was just here for a while, hanging out at Miss Vampira's grave, Miss Maila Nurmi. I had actually taken a trinket from her grave. A bat. It was right down in there. A little doll. So they got some cool stuff, some trinkets left behind. I see a snake with a skull. Looks like a Tim Burton type skull. Lighter and I don't know what else. Lipstick, actually. Candles. Definitely flowers. So it looks like people have done little ceremonies over here and homage to her. You show up and say hello, Mila. My name is James. If you want to come on through and communicate with me in any way, please do so. It's kind of cool back here. Looks like they might have put the twigs in the ground, or the twig was here, but they put on the twigs these like dark, supposed to be like sticks from a tree, but it's like a death tree, if you will. You know, that whole goth thing, basically. And she's an early pioneer of goth. Maila Nurmi. Miss Vampira. A death tree, if you will. Hollywood legend, as they wrote on her grave. Okay, so I've got my Olympus on now, and this is for Maila Nurmi, also known as Vampira. Does she come back and haunt this area? Some say she does. She was an interesting character, to say the least. She dated some noteworthy people. I'm going to put my Olympus, I have it running. I'm going to put it by her gravesite here, so she can speak if she wants to visit. There you go. Now, last time I was here, there was a lot of trinkets and stuff left behind for her. I mean, cobwebs made up and all a bunch of stuff. So you were known to have dated Orson Welles. You're friends with a lot of people. Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, some knew James Dean. And after his passing, they said that you were able to communicate with him from the beyond. And I was named after James Dean. I guess James Dean was like a heartthrob for my mom. James Dean. I was named after this guy. Went to the gothic side, playing those roles in movies, the Ed Wood Jr. movies. I'm going to use a spirit box, do the white noise, see if you can come through. And maybe I'll hear your voice there. It's been successful for a lot of spirits. That's why they call it the spirit box. So let's try it. I already heard a hello, and then a couple other female voices right after. So I don't know if that was picked up. Was that you, Mila? Yeah? Did you say hello to me? I heard yeah. In response, acknowledgement. Would you like I did. You enjoy playing Vampira. You like gothic stuff. Some guy said, yeah. Did you say your name or my name? My name is James. You should know that one pretty well. Was that? I heard you. Did you want to be buried here in Hollywood Forever Cemetery? Yes, you did? Some guy said? Uh-huh. What is that? Is that? Some guy said something. What was that? Oh, yeah? What was that? 2 words. Is that you, Mila? You may have trinket stuff around your tombstone here. Looks like a lipstick right here. And here. Do you haunt this place? Do you come back and visit your own grave? Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Is that what we said? Oh. Again. Looking pretty clear. So I'll stop the spirit box for a moment. Where you at? Can you just mimic me back, sir? After I heard a voice? Alright, so I'll stop that for the moment. Is that you, Mila? Yeah? Did you want to be buried here in Hollywood Forever Cemetery? Is that you, Mila? Do you haunt this place? Do you come back and visit your own grave? Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Is that what we said? Is that what we said? Alright, I started my Olympus back up. Continue to try to talk to me. Vampira. It's on your grave. Vampira, come through. I got full spectrum doing right here. Got the audio still going. Hoping that you'll interact. Vampira right down here. Well, the gravestone is on the ground here. I can see the marking of the grave right here. Somebody was buried not too long back. How long ago? Yeah, 2014. Wow. Security's driving by. She died 2008. 2008, not too long back. Oh, look at all the flowers this guy has on his truck. Fresh grave he took off, maybe? It's getting windy out here. I'm hoping to show up as an apparition so I can get you on film. That's why I'm filming with full spectrum around here.
She sued, who was the other one? It was kind of like her. Who did she sue?
No, I think someone...
You're talking Elvira? Elvira who's still around?
Vampira sued Elvira.
She could have. I mean, it wasn't too long ago she passed away. So.
Yeah, she stole her look. That's what she was, or her
yeah,
shit.
she definitely did.
Yeah, she did.
She went for that. Similar name.
Jayne Mansfield.
That's not really her grave, though. She's actually buried in the It's either Philadelphia or somewhere in Pennsylvania. And that was her fan club actually put money together because they thought she belonged here. So they just have a marker here. It's really just a stone. Not very.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know, if she would have been, they wanted her to be Ginger in Gilligan's Island.
Oh, really?
She would
you're doing that. So here's Jayne Mansfield's grave right here. Jayne. I just realized here is red ants all over here. Those piss ants are red ants. It's hard to say. I think they're red. I better get up. Anyway, for you, Jayne, I'm taking a little pain.
This was my first visit to her grave in 2014, and would come to find out after that this was a cenotaph, not the resting place of her remains. Actress Jayne Mansfield, born Vera Jane Palmer in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, became recognized in Hollywood in the early 1950s for her extreme Marilyn Monroe-like features. Her first movie role was in Female Jungle in 1954. She was Playboy magazine's Playmate of the Month for February of 1955, which helped introduce her to a motion picture career. Her breakthrough film was Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter in 1957, which won her public notice and a comparison to Marilyn Monroe. Her high-pitched squeal of delight and her willingness to appear in scanty clothing, combined with her sex appeal, gained her a number of roles as either a sex kitten or as a ditzy blonde.
Would you be so kind to let us hear it, the squeal?
Oui. I think it goes something like...
Est-ce que vous pourriez pas recommencer encore une fois? Could you try once more?
Here's a popular photo where Sophie Loren is focused on Jayne's breasts with the look of being overshadowed. She turned down the offer of a role as Ginger Grant for the television series Gilligan's Island, as it would continue her stereotype. She crafted this phenomenal larger-than-life movie star image in the 1950s that completely fell out of vogue in the next decade. The filmmakers believe that while Mansfield was indeed publicity mad, she was also a very intelligent woman who was figuring out a way to support her 5 children and reckon with 3 ex-husbands. After meeting the Church of Satan leader Anton LaVey during a trip to the 1966 San Francisco Film Festival, Mansfield was intrigued. The unlikely pair were photographed at the downtown LA restaurant La Scala and at Mansfield's Pink Palace by her heart-shaped pool. Though there are photos of LaVey performing satanic rituals with Mansfield against a backdrop of tiger skin rugs, the actress told reporters that she was Catholic and that she did not believe in his church, but that she regarded him as a genius and an interesting person. On June 29, 1967, while traveling between nightclub engagements, she was killed on Highway 90 when her car struck the back end of a tractor trailer. It happened in Slidell, Louisiana. At about 2 a.m. that night, a 1966 Buick Electra carrying Jayne, her 3 children, her dogs, her lawyer boyfriend Sam Brody, and her driver Ronnie Harrison plowed into the back of a tractor trailer that had slowed down as it approached a mosquito fogging truck. The children survived, but Jayne and the other adults did not. At least one of the dogs survived, as can be seen from the accident footage. A grisly legend circulated that Jayne was decapitated due to her wig being visible on top of the mangled car hood to the reporters, but this was not the case. Some continue to believe in the decapitation, even that her body may be buried in Penn Argyl while her head is in the Hollywood Forever Memorial Park in Hollywood, California. The complete body of Jayne Mansfield is interred in Penn Argyl. The marker in Hollywood is a memorial cenotaph. A heart-shaped headstone marks the final resting place of actress Jayne Mansfield in Penn Argyl, Pennsylvania.
I had been to 3 different universities and 2 or 3 private dramatic schools before I went to Hollywood, preparing myself for my hoped career as an actress, my hopeful career as an actress. I did a soliloquy from Joan of Arc for Milton Lewis, who was the head of casting at Paramount Studios, in order to audition, and he just seemed to think that I was wasting my, as he said, obvious talents, and he lightened my hair and tightened my dresses, and this is the result.
Okay, so we're just talking to some people here, and I'm going to try my millimeter and see if I can get some interaction with this. Now, it's hard to see, of course, but right now, as far as EMF goes, it's flat. Could you come around me? This thing won't harm you in any way. See?
So it's the sound of your stone doing that. When I touch it.
Still here? You anywhere around here? You're very well known to have a great figure. You lived on some weird diet. The boiled eggs and I forgot what else. This is not being triggered in any way right now. Hear the birds chirping, the wind blowing. And no sound from my millimeter. Oh my god, it's 3.7 just now. Don't know if that could have been picked up from that distance. Maybe I can zoom in later. I had 3.7 when I was just talking, and it went away. That was a huge surge of EMF. And it went away. So is that you? Vampira? Mila? Did you do that again? That was pretty wild. Well, I'm going to turn off the radiating EMF bubble. It wasn't enough to get it to sound, but that was pretty interesting. Alright.
Did you hear that voice? Sounds like a female or child's voice saying, "I'm dead." Since it was an EVP, I did not hear it when it occurred. I'll repeat the clip and slow it down next.
Alright. Find a white noise again in spirit box. Mila, I'm gonna try spirit box again. I heard you, sir. Are you around, Mila? Speak up. How do you feel, Mila, about the... Oh. There's a man and then a female came through. Another female. Mila, I want to know. What was that? I heard you there. A lot of voices coming through here. How do you feel about them cleaning up your stone here? They're moving over to the log. Alright, well, thank you. Enough of that. Alright, well, nice visiting you, Mila. Find a white noise again in spirit box. Mila, another female. How do you feel about them cleaning up your stone here?
television personality Maila Nurmi, born Maila Elizabeth Suryanyemi, who's of Finnish descent, and it shows her birthplace was Gloucester, Massachusetts. Nurmi got her start as a showgirl and a starlet, but in 1953 her career would take a change when she created the character Vampira. Popular for both films and as a television horror hostess, the Vampira character would set the standard for an entire legion of horror hostesses, actresses, and cartoon characters to follow. Her legacy today rests with a brief but memorable silent cameo as the raised from the dead wife of Bela Lugosi in Ed Wood's cult classic Plan 9 from Outer Space in 1959. She also appeared in such films as Too Much, Too Soon in 1958, The Beat Generation in 1959, Sex Kittens Go to College in 1960, The Magic Sword in 1962, and I Woke Up Early the Day I Died in 1998. Her Hollywood companions included James Dean and Marlon Brando, and after Dean passed away, she claimed to be contacted by his spirit. She even appeared on a show with Liberace. But the most unlikely person you would expect to see her with was Elvis Presley. Mila passed away of natural causes in her sleep at her Hollywood, California home on January 10, 2008. She was 85. She was buried in the Griffith Lawn section of the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
What I need is a Vampira cocktail to settle my nerves. It'll not only settle them, it will petrify. A Vampira cocktail. You like it? It hates you.
Here are some pics I took of Don Adams' grave. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the clips where I filmed this. Actor Don Adams born Donald James Yarmy in New York City back in 1923. He is best remembered for his role of Agent Maxwell Smart in the hit 1960s television comedy Get Smart that ran from 1965 to 1970, for which he won 3 Emmy Awards. He was also the voice of television cartoon characters Tennessee Tuxedo and Inspector Gadget. He was married 3 times and had 7 children. He died in Los Angeles, California at the age of 82 in 2005 from pulmonary infection, having been ill for some time.
Actually, I plan to live to at least 100. However, if it doesn't work out that way, I just want to say now that I don't want a big funeral. I don't want a lot of flowers or eulogies or anything like that. Just like a few of my close friends to get together and try to bring me back to life.
Poor Max. He was so young.
Yes, he was young.
And vital.
He was vital.
And intelligent. Loyal?
Yes, he was loyal.
Look, why don't you let me order you a ham sandwich?
This fountain. So I read some kind of haunting tied to this fountain. What makes this more interesting is behind it, in the backdrop, you can see the Hollywood sign up the hills very clearly. I gotta find out what way it's supposedly haunted.
And so this ends my time at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery from back in 2014 and 2015. There were lots of other celebrities and graves of those with historical significance that I would like to have visited, some of which who have passed and have been buried here since. But my main objective was to investigate the grave sites of those that have been claimed to haunt the area where they are buried. Thanks for watching.
Commander, who's up at the mausoleum at the corner up there?
Frisco's up there. He will be working that. Matter of fact, I'm about to meet with you, Charles, and him, and we'll discuss the VIP because we got to all relay it and make sure they get to the back behind the cathedral.
I don't know right now.
You know what the VIP is, and you tell LC what's VIP.
I was talking to someone in the gas. Okay, go ahead. I got you.
Goodbye. Back onto crazy Santa Monica Boulevard with never-ending traffic, but the good thing is I'm going left. If I can get out of here, it's moving on the other side. I just got to get out.